Historic moment indeed for the Indian team there in Barbados. But let's just listen in to the thoughts of another history maker. Back in 1983, part of the World Cup winning squad back then, Sunil Gavaskar did have a chat with the India Today group. He caught up with my colleague Nikhil Naz. Let's listen in to how he looked at the events that unfolded in Barbados yesterday.
Joining us live and exclusive is Sunil Gavaskar. Saibhai, my first question to you, how does it feel? You know, India world champions, how's the sound of that?
Euphoric, very euphoric. I can't tell you how delighted I am because, you know, like I've been saying over the last maybe week or so, India has been reaching the semis, reaching the finals, but not getting that cup. But now here we are. It's like a batsman who's got 80s and 90s, and now the batter has got 100. Fantastic, absolutely euphoric feeling.
Absolutely historic, as Saibhai is saying that. Saibhai, today, be honest, you know, where India were in that position, it seemed like all was lost. Klassen going great guns. When you need 26 runs of 24 deliveries, run a ball, that should be easy peasy in T20 cricket. But once again, would you say the resilience of this Indian team came to the fore as it's been doing throughout this tournament?
All the matches you've seen, somebody or the other put their hand up. And here, once again, we had the Bumrah bowling that spell to get those 2 wickets in the middle overs, which was so crucial because that made it easy for the last 4 overs to be bowled. Because then again, the South Africans had to connect. And then Hardik Pandya taking Klassen off the first delivery and then off the final over getting rid of David Miller. The 2 dangerous batters, and the 2 dangerous batters were batted so well. So that was really, really important and fantastic. And what a catch. India have fielded brilliantly throughout this tournament. In a previous game, we saw Akshar Patel's catch. Now this time we've seen Surya Kumar Yadav's catch. Fantastic, absolutely terrific.
All right, Saibhai, just on that subject of India's all-round performance, let me speak to you about Virat Kohli. I remember having that conversation with you before this final. You said he is saving his runs for the finals. Today gets 70-odd. But more importantly, you had a piece of advice for him after that semi-final where you said that all he needs to do is go back to the basics, do what he's good at, not try and move around too much. Exactly what he did today. Seems like he heard you.
Yes, look, I think any batter, you have to play your natural game. What the natural game does is because that's what you've got used to. And therefore what you tend to do is when you try and do something different, your head is not still, your balance is not quite there. And this time around, didn't try to step down, didn't try to do anything. He was just stepping away occasionally, but basically keeping his shape, keeping his balance. And that was so important.
All right, that's exactly what he did, as Mr. Gavaskar there pointing out about Virat Kohli's knock today. Saibhai also, he's gone on to announce that this is it for him, Virat Kohli, in terms of T20 format for the Indian team. He's already played his last T20 game. Couldn't have asked for a better favourite. Not only is he the highest scorer, he's ended up being a world champion in this format, which he wasn't before.
Yes, that is true. He had won the Champions Trophy in 2013, the World Cup in 2011. He's been with part of the Indian team when they've been #1 in the World Test Championship rankings. And so this one was the elusive one as far as he was concerned. He's now got that. And next year, when India hopefully will be, God willing, will be in the finals of the WTC World Test Championship, he will make a contribution in that as well.
Okay, Mr. Gavaskar there talking about Virat Kohli, him announcing that his final T20I game as well, and what a outstanding knock he played. Saibhai, just going on the subject of the South African team, I don't like using that C word. It's been used plenty of times for them before, but I go back to that point. They were cruising, looked like, the finish line was very close, but I can't help but use that word where they froze again. I'll change the word. I won't go to the C word, but they froze. You'd have to accept that, would you?
look, I think we've got to compliment them for having got to the finals because they played some outstanding cricket. Like India, they were undefeated till they came to the final. And once you come to the final, one team has got to lose. And it was such a close contest till the middle of the last over. Nobody knew who was going to win. So that's why I think let's not be too critical of the South African team. Yes, I think they hopefully will also learn, like India learned from the last loss in the final, and hopefully they will be able to, win one title. But certainly not while India is around. I don't think they want. I'd like them to win any. I just want India to win everything before them.
Saiba, if you can hear me, I know there's a lot of noise. In fact, I can't hear myself with the noise that's all around. You heard from the fans; they are all talking about Jasprit Bumrah. The common talk here is that India has a cheat code because the 4 overs that Jasprit Bumrah are going to bowl, it's going to be next to impossible for anyone to, negotiate that. It's not the 2 wickets, the one of Jansen, the one of Reza Hendricks at the start, but it's his economy. 18 runs in his 4 overs. It would have been tough for any team to chase when you have 4 overs of Jasprit Bumrah. How good has he been, Sariba, in this entire tournament?
He's been absolutely superb. He's been unbelievable. I mean, he is the best bowler in all formats of the game, whether it is Test cricket, one-day cricket, and the 20 overs cricket. He knows exactly what to bowl, how to bowl, which pace to bowl, which line to bowl. There is very seldom a ball which has got, which does not have some mystery behind it. But you know what? I just want to bring one little fact to your notice, because this is what sometimes, little tactics which can change the game. When 2 bowlers are bowling very well, it is always good for the batter to move away a little bit, give himself a little time and break the rhythm of the bowlers. Don't let them bowl overs fatafat. So while the Klaasen and Miller partnership was going, what Rishabh Pant did when he asked for the physio to come and he had some strapping done on his knee, whatever, that 4-5 minutes broke the rhythm of the Klaasen and Miller partnership. And Klaasen was out next ball. Those 4-5 minutes also allowed your bowler and the captain to regather your thought and to see what was happening.
Saiba, also a word on Hardik Pandya. We just heard from him. He said the last 3 odd months were very tough for him, and all the criticism that was coming his way, also not in great form in the IPL. Would you say that he's more than redeemed himself earlier with the bat and now with the ball as well in this final?
I mean, nobody can what he did. Look, sometimes, the IPL form is not a great indicator. And I think what we have seen is you've got to look at the man's class from the beginning. And, one tournament, 1 month, is not indicative of how good or how bad a player is. So I don't think, the IPL form should be taken too much into consideration.
I'm sticking with India's performance, Saiba, in this particular tournament. On the day, it did seem like, when India were batting initially, you have those 3 wickets fall. From there on, India consolidates, gets to that particular total. What would you put it down to? Was it some smart batting in India that took India to an above par total that's resulted in them winning? Or do you think, though, it was the bowling lineup that actually stepped up from a situation where South Africa were cruising that's ended up making India the world champions?
Look, that partnership was important because India had lost 3 wickets for not too many runs. And Akshar Patel, the way he batted was absolutely terrific because that is what took the game away. He scored, 47 runs in, maybe 30 deliveries. That was just the kind of innings that India needed. And then when Kohli got to his half century, then the next 20 runs that came in a pretty quick time, that also was an important aspect. But at the end of the day, it's the bowlers who won the tournament for us. Bowlers right throughout that narrow win against Pakistan, the way India's bowlers bowled out USA, the way India's bowlers bowled out Ireland. And then apart from the odd game where Rohit Sharma batted so well against Australia and took the game away from the Australians, you really have to say it's the bowlers. The bowlers don't always get credit. But Bumrah, Akshar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav. Kuldeep got a little bit of a pasting this time around, but his contribution also has been immense. It really has been an outstanding performance, all-round performance. And then the catching. The catching has been unbelievable. It's been superb right throughout. They've taken some amazing catches, and that has broken the back, broken a partnership at crucial times.